Your body is sending you signals you don't know how to read. That shoulder click, the stiff lower back in the morning, the ankle that never felt the same again. You think it's normal, that it's part of getting older, that everyone has it. They don't. The reality is there are 5 movements that look silly, that nobody does, that won't impress anyone in photos, but they literally reconfigure how your body functions. While gyms are packed with people doing the same exercises over and over, there are entire muscles being completely ignored, joints crying for help, stabilizers that have never woken up. These 5 exercises won't give you big muscles or make you sweat like crazy, but they'll do something far more valuable: give you back the ability to move without pain, without limitation, without fear. The question is simple. Do you want to keep training what everyone trains and collect the same injuries everyone collects? Or do you want to discover what actually separates people who age well from people who age poorly? Imagine waking up in the morning and feeling that weight on your shoulders. Literally. It's not just fatigue, it's the hunched posture from hours in front of the computer, on your phone, driving. The prone Y raise emerges as that silent movement nobody does at the gym, but one that could save thousands of people from the chronic pain they carry without even noticing. Lying face down, with your arms extended forming a Y above your head, this exercise awakens forgotten muscles, the ones that hold your posture upright while you live your life. What makes this movement so powerful is its ability to strengthen the lower trapezius and external rotators, the true invisible heroes of shoulder health. While everyone's training chest and front delts, creating a dangerous muscular imbalance, the Y raise works exactly the opposite. It pulls your shoulders back, opens up your chest, corrects your posture. It's like hitting reset on your body after years of doing everything wrong. And the magic happens when you realize that nagging pain you'd been carrying simply vanishes. To get started, you don't need any weight at all. Just lie face down on a flat surface. Extend your arms forming a Y, thumbs pointing toward the ceiling, and lift your arms a few inches off the ground. 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps, 3 times a week, already start rebuilding your structure. After a few weeks, grab 2 to 5 pound dumbbells to intensify things. But the focus is never heavy weight. It's total control and feeling every fiber working. As you progress, you can explore incline variations or add rotation, but the basics alone deliver results that go way beyond the physical. It's freedom of movement and absence of pain walking through your door. Now let's move to the second exercise, which targets an area you probably don't even realize is locked up. Most people don't notice their hips are stuck like rusty hinges until they try to move in ways that aren't straightforward or backward. We sit for hours, we walk in predictable patterns, we never rotate, and our hips pay the price, becoming stiff, weak, and vulnerable. The hip airplane is that one-legged rotational drill that looks quirky, but works like oil on those rusty hinges, bringing back mobility you didn't even know you'd lost. This exercise targets internal and external hip rotation, movements that are criminally neglected in modern training programs. When your hips can't rotate properly, everything else suffers. Your lower back compensates, your knees twist awkwardly, your gait becomes uneven. The hip airplane directly corrects the imbalances caused by sitting all day, restoring range of motion, and building stability that protects your entire lower body. I prefer doing this exercise while lightly holding onto a wall or bar to maintain balance at first, because the real focus needs to be on hip rotation, not desperately trying to stay upright. Start like this. Balance on one leg, hinge forward slightly keeping your back straight, and rotate your hips side to side. Imagine opening and closing a door with your pelvis. 2 sets of 8 to 10 rotations each side, 3 times weekly, builds the foundation. As you get comfortable, increase the range of motion and add a light resistance band around your knees for an extra challenge. What's surprising is how this simple movement unlocks hip health that ripples through everything, from your squat depth to how your lower back feels after a long day. The third exercise takes us even deeper into hip mobility, but now we're adding strength into the equation. If you've ever watched traditional Eastern European dancers move, you've seen the Cossack squat in action. That deep side-to-side squat that looks impossible until you start working on it. Most people can barely squat straight down without their heels lifting or knees caving in, let alone shift their entire weight from one leg to the other while staying low. This movement exposes every limitation you build up from years of moving in only one plane of motion and then systematically destroys those limitations. What makes the Cossack squat so transformative is how it combines mobility, flexibility, and strength all at once. You're not just stretching your inner thighs and hips, you're actively strengthening them through their full range of motion while one leg works and the other extends. This builds functional strength that translates directly to real life. Whether you're playing sports, getting up from the floor, or just moving through your day without feeling stiff and robotic. I prefer doing these barefoot because it forces better ankle mobility and foot control, which are often the hidden weak links in the chain. Here's how to start. Stand with feet wide apart, shift your weight to one side, and squat down on that leg while keeping the other leg straight and turning that foot up. 2 to 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps per side, twice a week, and you'll feel the difference in how your body moves. The focus here is never heavy weight, it's mobility and range of motion. But if you want, you can hold a light dumbbell at chest height to help with balance. The beautiful thing about Cossack squats is they don't just improve your lower body, they teach your entire system to move with more freedom and less restriction. I'm not going to sit here and pitch you, but if you're over 40 and feeling like your body isn't responding the way it used to, I put together something that might help. It's a 28-day protocol specifically designed for guys in their 40s and beyond, addressing exactly what changes in your body at this stage and how to work with it, not against it. If you're curious and want to check it out, there's a link in the pinned comment below, or you can just scan the QR code on your screen right now. It's there if you want it. Moving into the fourth exercise, we're shifting focus to an area most people completely ignore until something goes wrong: the shoulder blades. The hanging scapular shrug is one of those rare movements that looks incredibly simple, but targets muscles you've probably never consciously used in your life. You're just hanging from a bar with straight arms. Yet what happens next is pure magic. You're isolating the serratus anterior and lower traps, the stabilizers that keep your shoulders healthy and functional. Most people think shoulder training is all about pressing and raising weights overhead, but they're missing the foundation that makes all of that possible without pain or injury. What makes this exercise absolutely critical is how it prevents shoulder impingement and builds genuine shoulder health from the inside out. When you hang and perform that subtle scapular movement, letting your shoulder blades spread apart, then actively pulling them down and together, you're waking up stabilizers that conventional training never touches. Think about it. How often do you actually train the muscles that hold your shoulder blades in place? Probably never, and that's why so many people deal with clicking, popping, or pain when they raise their arms. I prefer doing these at the end of my workout when my grip is still fresh, because losing your grip defeats the whole purpose of the scapular focus. Here's the setup. Grab a pull-up bar with both hands, hang with straight arms, and let your shoulders rise up toward your ears. Then, without bending your elbows, pull your shoulder blades down and back, creating space between your shoulders and ears. Start with 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, 3 times per week. The movement is small, but the impact is massive. As you build strength, you can increase your hanging time or add a brief pause at the bottom of each rep. This exercise doesn't just protect your shoulders. It builds the invisible armor that lets you train, work, and live without that nagging shoulder discomfort that holds so many people back. Reaching the 5th and final exercise, let's talk about a muscle that practically nobody trains, but everyone needs: the tibialis anterior. The tibialis raise is that movement that seems silly until you realize your shins are weak, your ankles are unstable, and you're constantly afraid of rolling your ankle on any uneven ground. While everyone trains their calves to get that developed calf muscle look, the muscle on the front of the shin gets completely abandoned, creating a dangerous imbalance that can result in shin splints, sprains, and even knee problems. This simple exercise, lifting your toes toward your shin, is the solution that's been right in front of you all along. What makes the tibialis raise so valuable is its ability to prevent injuries that plague runners, athletes, and even people who just walk a lot. Strengthening the tibialis anterior not only prevents shin splints, but also drastically improves ankle stability and balances lower leg strength. Think about how many times you've rolled your ankle or felt that little shin pain after a long walk. That's your tibialis anterior crying for help. I prefer doing this exercise standing with my hips against the wall because it gives you total stability and you can focus 100% on the shin movement without worrying about balance. Here's how to do it. Stand with your back to the wall with your hips and lower back against it. Feet about 8 to 12 inches away from the wall. Keeping your heels fixed on the ground, lift your toes toward your shins as high as you can, then return with control. 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps, 4 times per week. This muscle responds well to high volume. As you progress, you can add a resistance band around your feet or hold a light weight on top of your toes. What's most surprising is how this tiny exercise transforms the way you move, run, and even stand. It's that detail that separates people living with chronic pain from those who move with confidence. So what's it going to be? You just learned 5 exercises that can completely change how your body moves and feels. The question isn't whether they work. The question is whether you'll actually do them. 6 months from now, you'll either still be dealing with that shoulder pain and stiff hips, or you'll be moving better than you have in years. Which version of yourself do you want to be? Are you really going to let 20 minutes stand between you and a body that works the way it should? The choice is yours, but understand this. Nothing changes if nothing changes. If this resonated with you and you want to keep learning what actually works, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's build bodies that last.